What is going on, internet? My name is Lou, and I make Linux videos, and I put them on the internet. So I just wanted to give you guys just a quick rundown of my current Manjaro Linux installation. I'm still using the XFCE edition 64-bit, but as you can tell, I am running Compiz here. And, this desktop reminded me of what Linux kind of used to be back in kind of the GNOME 2 days. Now, I I remember when GNOME Shell first hit, when Unity first hit, there were so many people up in arms about these new interfaces. And although I was never a Unity fan, initially I didn't mind GNOME Shell. However, I understand that it was very stripped down, and a lot of the features that used to exist in GNOME 2 weren't there anymore. However, I in early stages looked at it as something that hopefully would quickly develop, and I saw that could turn into a really nice modern user interface. However, it seems as though the more these iterations of GNOME Shell specifically move along, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and just moving farther away from desktop use. And having been on XFCE, and now of course installing Compiz, it's like a throwback for me to when Linux, in my opinion, was just used to just blow me away. So I have this set up in terms of Compiz very similar to when I used to use Linux Mint 10, which is still by far one of my all-time favorite Linux distributions of all time. It's the distribution that convinced me to switch from Mac OS 10 to Linux. So I'll just show you really quickly some of the things I got going on here. Now, you can always reference the Arch Linux, the Manjaro LInux wiki, but they have a really nice step-by-step setup of how to install Compiz and Emerald, to get it working in XFCE. It was fairly easy, pretty straightforward. I'll be doing a separate video on how to get this up and running, but that wiki was really, really nice. So of course we've got the wobbly windows here, rocking and rolling. We have the snap effect, which is awesome, right? Some eye candy. Minimize, maximize animations, open and close animations. Then you want to beyond eye candy, right? We need some type of functionality. So let's look at some functionality, right? Working with multiple desktops. I mean, how nice is this, right? It's just beautiful. Not only is it beautiful, but it's functional, This encourages me to use multiple desktops. I found myself sticking to one desktop just because of how poor the implementation is a lot of the time in these modern desktop shells or desktop environments. And, this has just encouraged me again to use multiple desktops, and I'm more productive that way. So I really like how Compiz runs on XFCE, on top of XFCE. And I just love the way it makes me feel like a throwback to the way Linux was at one point in time. So I really would encourage you guys to install Compiz on your XFCE installation, and it's really going to bring you back to when Linux really felt. I don't know, it's hard to describe. For those of you who've used Linux for a long time, you know what I'm talking about. Linux just hasn't felt right, I guess, in a long time. And again, I've referenced Linux Limbo before, and as much as I'm enjoying Manjaro Linux, it just keeps getting better and better for me. Especially with XFCE. I really hope that XFCE updates to 4.12, but we'll see. I know that's been postponed. But I've also got, again, my ATI proprietary drivers installed. And, it's capturing my desktop just fine. Those of you who follow my channel know it's having some issues with some of the other desktop environments not properly capturing my desktop. It's doing a great job with that. Steam runs beautifully. I just downloaded Team Fortress 2 last night. It runs awesome. I just played a quick session of Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. It's sad. I remember that game when you couldn't even get in a server. It was so full. And now if I could find 2 or 3 people in a map actually playing, I feel lucky. But nonetheless, everything's running just awesome. So Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a tutorial of how to install Compiz on Manjaro LInux in XFCE. But you know, guys, it's rocking and rolling just like it used to be. And you know, we got wobbly windows going. I was never a cube fan. I always prefer managing my desktops this way. But you know, for those of you who want the cube effect, you can also do that. You know, it's just awesome. You know, once again, everything is just really, really nice in Manjaro LInux, especially now with Compiz running. So that's all, guys. Just a quick video showing you that I got Compiz installed. I've also got a daily build of Ubuntu 13.04 that I will be reviewing. And one of the co-leads in the Manjaro LInux project actually contacted me and asked me if I would do a review of the current beta release, or RC or alpha, whatever they're calling it. So I'll probably be doing a review of that as well. So look forward to that. But you know, that's it. You know, this is the way Linux kind of used to be, and it feels awesome to be in a desktop that seems, I feel at home. It seems familiar, and running on top of Arch Linux with the enhancements from Manjaro team, it feels great. You know, this desktop is functional. You know, it provides you know, an environment in which I can actually get work done. You know, plenty of eye candy, you know, compared to all the new modern distros, and it's just awesome. So anyway, I really encourage you guys, if you haven't installed Compiz, to do so. And once again, there's the wiki here on Manjaro's website that will give you step-by-step tutorial on how to do it. There's a couple of things missing from the configuration piece of it. So that's something you may need to kind of work out on your own. But I'll be doing a tutorial on it again. My webcam took about 100 pictures of myself. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. If you want to see that tutorial on how to set up Compiz inside XFCE, leave a comment below. But once again, hope you guys are doing well, and we'll talk to you next time.